This is Real Republican News, and I'm your host, Jason Mariner. I've got some news to tell everyone today, some real news, and it's going to come out in the mainstream media tonight. But all of the allegations that you and I heard about when the election was going on regarding Hunter Biden, it's about to blow wide open. That hard drive, there were copies made of that hard drive. Those videos that were on it of him, Hunter, with concerningly looking young women doing sexual acts, it's going to come out. People have seen it. Copies have been made. The videotaped drug use is going to come out. It's going to come out that shady business dealings were done in Burisma and with China. And they were only done because of his last name. And you know what that's going to mean? That's going to mean the President of the United States has been complicit in covering up an ongoing criminal enterprise. That's illegal. I say let the impeachment proceedings begin. This needs to be a country of law and order where the rule of law is applied to everyone. Not just President Trump, not just me, not just you, but everyone. And that's not what's happening. I think everybody knows that that's the case, and it's been that way for a long time. But that's not what America is. This country is based off of the Constitution. Not part of it, not half of it, not anything less than the Constitution in its absolute entirety. That's what makes America, America. The Constitution, every single word from start to finish, ensures you the right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. Once part of that's taken away, the right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness too is taken away. Here's an example. For some people, being a conservative personality on social media might make them happy. When they're silenced and censored for being conservative, just for being conservative, that deprives them of their happiness. It deprives them of their free speech. It deprives them of their civil liberties. You can't abridge people's civil liberties in this country if you're going to call it the United States of America. Because the United States of America is not a country that infringes upon people's constitutional rights. Not now, not a little bit, not ever. The United States is not a country where the president's son can break the law and get away with it, and then the president can prevent it from being investigated. The special counsels need to be launched. Because if you set the standard that the rule of law only applies to some people as a leader especially, you're going to have lawlessness. When you talk about racism nonstop, you're going to have division. When you tell the American people that the China virus pandemic is going to get worse before it gets better, which is a lie, you're scaring the American people. And when you scare the American people and you divide the American people, you weaken the American people, which can only be done for one reason, and that's a very sinister reason. I can think of a few reasons why you would want to weaken the population of a country. It's to take it over. That's literally the only reason I could think of. To start silencing the opposition, to start applying the rule of law only to some but not others, and that's to take over a country, make it run your way or the highway, and get rid of everyone else who disagrees with you. That's the direction this is going in. Our president, President Biden, the supposed president of America, the supposedly free country, has covered up illegal actions by his son. On day one, in the Oval Office, he signed a stack this high of executive orders. And those executive orders took jobs away from 50,000 Americans. They're positioning us to be non-energy independent. They're positioning us to tear down the border wall and just take in a bunch of people that we can't sustain. We can't get the vaccinations out to our own people fast enough. If you want a vaccination right now, there are people in America who can't get it. If you don't want one, don't take one. That's not what we're arguing about right now. What we're arguing about is supply and demand. There's less of a supply than there is a demand for a product right now. Why would we let more of a demand in when there's not even enough of a supply for our own people that were born here? People that immigrated to this country and became U.S. citizens legally, the right way, the ones that stood in line. The only potentially plausible reason to weaken the American people, like is being done right now, is to take over the country and fundamentally change the way it is run. It's all pointing in one direction, and that's towards this absolute socialist, Marxist, communist society. There's no other explanation for what is going on. Americans are being told they can't talk. They can't believe something other than the radical left's agenda. And if they do and they say it, they're shut up. They're silenced. You're watching them do it to me over and over again, and you're watching me fight back over and over again. I'm not going to stop doing that. You will have to kill me to get me to stop doing that. If you kick me off the entire internet, you will still hear from me, which is why, again, I say to you, for the Constitution to stop taking place and for me to stop trying to get constitutional rights back for every American, you will have to bury me. You'll have to bury a lot of us. So it's time for us, we the people, the silent majority, to stand up, say we're not going to take this nonsense anymore and restore some order to this country. This country is not America based on tidbits of the Constitution. You start with the first word, you end with the last word. Everything in between is America. Everything in between ensures your right to life, liberty, and happiness. If you take a piece out of that, the end result is not you being afforded the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And for that, you should be absolutely terrified. And for that, you should be willing to stand up and say something and to take action. We will, for you, have prepared articles that we will present to the United States government telling them why our constitutional rights have been taken away. We're going to identify the fact that Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, and Jeff Bezos are colluding with the radical left to strip us of our constitutional rights. We're also going to put them on notice that they have miserably failed you and I, the American people, because they should have regulated this crap years ago and cut these big corporations down to size where they needed to be. They should have made it so they don't have the ability to strip anyone of any rights. You can't infringe upon people's constitutional rights in the United States of America. It's unconstitutional. It's against the law. When you do that, you go to jail. And that's being done, and it's not happening. People aren't going to jail. Our politicians aren't doing their jobs. There's good ones out there. I've been talking to them over the past few weeks about how we can work towards fixing this problem. But they are heavily outnumbered by bad politicians, and they need help. They need us, we the people. So let's go. Let's get up. We're going to have that document ready for you to sign very soon, that I promise you, and we will get it to Washington. We will have our grievances redressed as it's worded in the Constitution. I urge you to pick up a copy. I'm going to start posting in the comment section or in the description section of this video the Constitution, because I think it's something that everybody needs to start seeing. Everybody needs to start waking up to what it says and understand the fact that to remain American, we must adhere 110% to that Constitution and nothing else. So remember, all that Hunter Biden stuff, when you find it out on the mainstream media, it is 11 a.m. on the 22nd of January, 2021, and you heard it here on RealRepublicanNews.com. Yes, it's true. Yes, he did break the law. Yes, it is being covered up. Yes, the Department of Justice is being called off. Yes, they've had the evidence for a long time, and yes, they've seen the things that others have seen. Our sources are telling us that these sex tapes do exist, that the drug use tapes do exist, that the emails do exist, explicitly explaining the transfer of money. People are named. It's very obvious. But you can say you heard it from us first, that yes, it was true. Yes, liberty is falling. No, justice is not being applied to all Americans evenly and equally with equality. Remember at the end of the Pledge of Allegiance, it says, with liberty and justice for all? Whatever happened to that? So, 150 million strong, we need to get up and we need to do something about what's going on. There will be a next time. They will never stop me, unless, of course, they kill me. And then if they do that, hopefully some people will make some noise and someone will get arrested. But I'm not going anywhere. I will continue to fight for your constitutional rights and mine, your children's constitutional rights and my children's constitutional rights. And they can censor me all they want, but I will continue, mark my words, to find a way to get these messages to you, even if it's one person a day for the rest of my life, until law and order is restored. And then when it is, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to make sure that law and order stays, that the Constitution remains intact. I'm not going to do it alone, I know that. I know others need to join in this effort. I know that others are joining in this effort. Like I said, we do have politicians that will work with us, powerful ones that want to help this country. But we need to help them because, again, they're outnumbered. So until next time, I say pray. Pray hard. Pray hard for this country. Pray hard for that Constitution. Pray hard that justice is delivered rapidly. Pray that justice is delivered evenly to all. My name is Jason Mariner. This has been an episode of Real Republican News, and I look forward to seeing you again. And I look forward to you seeing me again, because you know what? Every time you see me, that's a small step in the right direction. That's a small step towards beating the censorship. And that's what we all need to do. Let's work. Get ready. The petition's coming. Hope you will sign it when it comes. Be well, everyone, and God bless.